It's always the same. Put your car up on hire car so people can rent it, or become a dog walker on Rover. Who the fuck wants to do that? Who wants to drive Uber? Who wants to do DoorDash? Those are side hustles, yes, but you are an artist and a creative person. You have the ultimate gift that you're given as a person. You bring your ideas to life and make things. You don't want to waste your time walking dogs. You want to make that side money doing what right now is just an escape for you. It's something that you do on the weekends, something that you do after work to relax. Maybe you go out and make photos. Maybe you make cool little videos of your family for your Instagram reels. Maybe you paint while you drink some wine. Maybe you make songs with your friends. We all have these creative outlets, but it is nice to eventually maybe make a little bit of extra money from them so you can pay off your bills. Maybe you have some debt, some student loans. Maybe you're getting married. Maybe you want a new car. Whatever it is, we all have these talents and abilities inside of us. Now it's time to bring them out and make a little bit of extra money, because I understand that not everyone wants to turn this into a full-time job. That's not what this is about. It's about making that extra $100, $200 a week. And I don't know about you, I would love to make a little bit extra money right now, considering the way my investment portfolio looks. So today we are going over practical, real side hustles for creative people in 2022. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace, but we'll talk about them a little bit later on. Let's get into it. The number one side hustle for creative people in 2022, it's going to surprise you. And it's hands down the most fun on this list. I recommend everyone try this out. This is creating a group showcase. So back in 2013, 14, and 15, as a photography community here in Atlanta, we would host these group showcases at different venues around Atlanta. And the idea in hosting these shows was basically to cross-pollinate everyone's audiences and bring people together to just have a fun experience and also potentially sell the art that we were creating, which primarily was just stuff that we were posting on Instagram at the time. Most of us didn't have a way to really monetize our craft yet, so these showcases allowed us a way to make a little bit of extra money as we were getting our footing as professional artists. Now, here's how we would structure these group shows. Essentially, we would find a venue where we could create a mutualistic relationship between the venue. A lot of times they were hosted at different hotels around Atlanta, and one of them is actually right down the street. It's the W Midtown. And what we would do is at the W Midtown, we would work out a deal where if we brought people in to showcase our art, we could keep all the art sales that we did, and then they could keep all the sales that they made from the bar. So essentially, they got to host a party that they didn't have to put any work into actually setting up. They got all the bar sales from it, and we had a place where we could sell our art and invite all of our friends out. And it worked really well as an artist because I was having people discover me from someone who was featured in the show, someone who's featured in the show, their audience was finding me. And it was really cool because everyone had fun, everyone had a positive experience around all of our artwork, and we all managed to make sales as well. I think one that I did in 2015, I made close to $1,000 in a night just selling, one-off 12 by 18 prints. I think I was selling them for like $75 or something like that. It was a really cool experience, and it was a lot of fun, and it was very minimal work. I mean, for the most part, it was just a bunch of people getting together who all bonded over creativity and making something that everyone else could enjoy. Now, the second thing we got to talk about is going to rub some people the wrong way, I know, but hold off, don't click off the video. This is a really big one, and it's creating TikToks and Instagram reels for influencers and creators. And the reason why this is so big in 2022 is because it's where everything is trending. Creators are needing to make more of this short form video content. It's just a reality of the job. I'm someone who's feeling the pressure of this. I see that it's where everything is going, but the problem is my business is not constructed to where I have enough time to produce these things. So I'm slowly working through solutions on how I can solve this problem and create more of this type of media. If you are someone out there who this comes naturally to, you have a big money-making opportunity on your hands, because someone like me, older creators, we don't really understand TikTok and Instagram reels. It's something that doesn't make sense to us. I joke with a bunch of my friends all the time about how am I just like making this to make it? What's the point of this? How come all of these 20, 21, 22-year-olds out here are such beasts at these little videos? I don't get it. It's a completely separate creative entity. And if you understand how to do it and you can pitch this skill to the right creator, I'm telling you, they are going to pay you for it, because we're all feeling it right now. It's a problem that everyone is having. How can I create more of these things? So here's what I recommend to you. If you're someone who understands how to make a good reel or a good TikTok, reach out to creators with an exact framework of what you do. Maybe there's 3 types of reels that you're very proficient in. Maybe you can make cool like carousel flicking ones of photos, or maybe you can make really good montages to a good song, or maybe you're really good at creating witty copywriting, witty captions and voiceovers and things like that. Whatever your skill is, whatever you think you're proficient in, pitch it to creators via DM and via email, and people will bite. I'm not saying this is going to make you a millionaire or anything, but I am saying that a lot of people are having a problem that needs to be solved, and if you can be the person to solve that problem for them, there's money to be made. And before we continue on with this list, I briefly want to thank our sponsor today, Squarespace. So I actually have a side hustle too. It's my merch company, 1826.com. This is a clothing brand designed for artists, and it's more of a creative outlet for me and something I do to continue to push myself with my photography. But it wouldn't be possible without all the e-commerce tools that Squarespace has to offer. Squarespace is constantly adding new tools for anyone looking to make money online. Some of my personal favorite features are the ability to sell digital products like my presets on evanramp.com, using their scheduling tools to set up calls with clients and people who have questions, and also their email marketing tools that allow you to connect with your audience, send out mass emails, all from one place. I have multiple videos on this channel breaking down a variety of ways you can build a site. I linked all of them in the description. So whether you're looking to sell digital products, physical products, or just have a website where clients can book your time, Squarespace is the easiest way to make that happen. I built 1826.com in one afternoon thanks to their drag and drop templates, and you can do the exact same thing. But don't take my word for it. Head over to squarespace.com/EvanRamp to start a free trial. Follow along with one of those tutorials, and once you've built your site, you can use code EvanRamp to save 10% when you sign up. That's squarespace.com/EvanRamp to start a free trial, and use code EvanRamp to save 10% when it's time for you to sign up. So big shout out to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video, and also remember, if you want to pick up one of the 1826 hats, they are available now. I linked it down below in the description. But the third thing we got to talk about today is offering your services through platforms like Fiverr and Upwork. These are platforms that allow you to essentially spell out whatever it is that you do and have people pay you for it. Now, this is a great example of a side hustle because for the most part, people don't charge a lot of money on Fiverr. There are some people who charge these big packages, but for the most part, it's people who charge $25 an hour, $50 an hour. And maybe you're someone who wants to make an extra $200 a week, and you think, 4 extra hours of work a week to make $200 doesn't seem like a big deal for me. You can put out your services on Fiverr or Upwork and create things like YouTube thumbnails, which have an extremely high demand right now. People need YouTube thumbnails. So if you understand how to make one of those, your services will be in high demand. Or maybe you're someone who is proficient in retouching and you understand how to retouch photos. You can offer those services on there as well. Or maybe you're someone who understands sound engineering. You can offer this service on there. Whatever it is that you have to offer, you can offer it hourly through services like Fiverr and Upwork to give yourself an opportunity to just make that little bit of extra money, and it gives you all the control as well. You can limit how many clients you take a week. You don't have to take on more than you can chew, so whatever your financial goal is, you can just set it up accordingly, leave it, and then do the extra work during the week. But this is one that's going to continue to grow into the future because media is spreading out. Media used to be controlled by big conglomerates, but now it's spread amongst the internet. Individuals everywhere are creating media, and they need people to help them with the media that they're creating. Most individuals can't do everything by themselves. So by offering your services on one of these platforms, you are once again solving a problem for people and allowing yourself to make a little bit of extra money. And think in terms of what's popular right now when it comes to offering up your services. Think about how you can be of service to things like new podcasters, new YouTubers, new influencers. These are the markets that are very lucrative right now and are going to have the most opportunity for you. Now, number 4 is fascinating to me because it's a prime example of understanding your market and taking advantage of it. Now, I didn't really know what Etsy was until probably the beginning of this year, maybe mid last year. I always thought Etsy was this website where people sold like their crystals and sold like hemp bracelets and things like that. I thought it was this weird hippie marketplace or something, but now I realize it's a place where anyone, mostly people who are interested in home things and more handmade goods, go to get those things. People who are looking for the unique personal touch to something that they're looking for. Maybe it's a sign for their house. Maybe it's a photo canvas with words on it. Maybe it's a picture frame. Maybe it's some type of woodwork. Doesn't matter what it is. It's mostly physical stuff though. But if you're someone who seems to trend more into wanting creating things physically, maybe you're one of those people who is into calligraphy. You can create signs and different things to express yourself and just put them on Etsy and have them up there. If they sell, great. If they don't sell, it's not a big deal. You just had to invest a little bit of extra time into getting it on the marketplace. But I'm telling you, it's shocking how many people are making sales on Etsy off of things that my guy brain doesn't even understand as something people would want. Like, there's people becoming millionaires off of wood signs for bedrooms. Like, who knew that was a thing? One really important lesson that I've learned over the years of doing this job is that if you make something, there is someone out there who is gonna see value in it. There's at least one person. So it's no risk to you. If you're already creating things, if you're already painting, if you're already doing woodwork, if you're already doing something that you think has a potential audience on Etsy, go ahead and put it on there. There's no risk to you. Maybe you don't make any sales, not a big deal, but most likely someone is going to find what you're doing valuable, and you're eventually going to be able to make at least a little bit of extra money off of it. Now, number 5 goes back to solving problems in the current media marketplace. We already talked about Instagram Reels. We talked about Fiverr. Now we're talking about copywriting and proofreading. Now, in this new media landscape that we live in, I have an entire chapter about this in the course that I'm working on. In this new media landscape, individuals are creating more than ever, but most of these individuals are spread very thin, and they have a lot of problems. One of them being Instagram Reels, one of them being the demand for things like thumbnails, and another one being copywriting and proofreading. As a creator, you're constantly having to come up with scripts. You're constantly having to come up with ways to integrate sponsors into your videos, and you're also constantly having to update your website, update your emails, and it can be a daunting task if you're someone like me who is terrible at grammar. I have to have someone proofread every single thing I do, and sometimes I still get it wrong. Any email you've ever gotten from me, proofread. Any Instagram caption, proofread. So if you're someone out there who seems to excel at this more creative writing or this more creative grammar proofreading type thing, reach out to different creators and offer them a solution to their problem. Say, hey, I noticed you post a lot and that you have a lot of captions. Would it be beneficial if I wrote these for you? I can write 5 captions for, $50 a week or something like that. Or, hey, if you have any proofreading needs or you need me to write creative emails for you, I can offer my services for $50 one email, or however you want to structure it in a way that makes sense. But this is once again something that is going to continue to grow over time. So if you find yourself leaning in the direction of more of the creative writing space, don't hesitate to reach out to creators and try to solve that problem for them. Because like I said, as media begins to spread out more and more to individuals, there are going to be a lot more problems to solve, and there's going to be more things that they need to offload to other people. So you can be one of those people, whether it's copywriting or proofreading or some of the other stuff we talked about on today's list. So I hope you enjoyed this list. I didn't want to BS y'all with saying to put your car up on hire car and rent your car out or become a dog walker or drive Uber or DoorDash. I felt like that wasn't very helpful because anyone can do that. So if you have creative skills, this is a list that you can think about. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.